My name is Yola Fong, and I'm the first speaker of the government team. School is an education institution to provide learning space and learning environment to teach students under the care of teachers. And students who study will progress through series of education such as primary school, secondary school, high school, and then university. And school must need money and to operate, and they get it via school fees, which is oftentimes too expensive for low-income families to afford. Thus, I agree with this idea of granting scholarship based on financial necessities. And the reason is, between March until September 2020, official statistic reports on increase on poverty rate in Indonesia from 9% to 10%. And this is causing people who have low income to be unable to afford the school fee and dropped out their kids, and they become uneducated. Owing to that, scholarship for these people is very important, especially girls, which is tend to be discriminated by the school system or the community itself. Plus the fact that girls tend more tending to be dropped out from their schools. So this is why scholarship for girl students should be granted by finance necessities. Scholarship is an award of financial aid to students to further their education based on their academic merit, athletic skills, and financial needs, etc. And why low-income girl students need this? And this because from the statistics of girls' education and finance rate, girls who have parents that are high income and that are rich tend to get scholarship than the poor girls and leaving them behind. And this just came from many reasons. And one of these reasons is the rich girls are able to afford another additional class or courses outside of their school to achieve higher learning. And this is also because of nepotism, whereas the parents of these girl students have connections with the people who built the school. And so poor girls in similar intelligence are left behind, leading to their parents' inability to pay the fee. And if they can't afford the fee, they will get dropped out. And girls who get dropped out will continue their life without direction, since they are now detached to their sole education income. And poor girls tend to, it doesn't stop there. Poor girls tend to be married to an old man, rich old man, to cover their parents' finance needs. And as you know, Indonesia is now at the eighth place of higher number of children marriage in the world. And, and this is because of the girls who are dropped out are not studying anymore, and they cannot be used for anything useful, and then they are married to old men to be useful to their parents and cover their finance needs. And the sample of this case is a girl from Sulawesi who got married at 34-year-old at an age of 16 because they are short in finance and they depend very much on their core harvest, but they can't get enough of it, so they married this young girl to an old man, and she is lucky. They despise it. Why? It's because they are so young and they want to learn something. They want to learn something more, and they want to explore the world with the fast knowledge. But because of this problem, they just can't. And another possibility of girls who drop out is they're not married to an old man, But instead, they have to sell stuff from their parents' shop, such as cakes, handmade cakes, and then handmade baskets or other necessities. It could be they have a service of polishing shoes and service of cleaning cars and etc. And these girls are assigned to this job at a very young age, and they have to stand in the middle of the street selling their stuff or asking people who want the service. And they oftentimes getting degraded by people passing by, calling them such ugly nicknames, and then they could be assaulted sexually or physically or maybe mentally. And this is very harmful for the girls, and they could have trauma in their childhood because of these assaulters, and they could have low confidence, and they could have PTSD or BPD and etc. And this is connected connected to the fact that they have low income and they cannot treat this, leaving the girls very stressed and depressed. And this is very harming to future generations. But if they do not drop out, most of them will have to stay at school, but at the same time they have to take care of their parents and their business, their small business, especially for the parents who are disabled, sick, or maybe they're passed away and left with an inner family who are too old to do something or too sick to do something. And these girls have to divide their time to study, their time to go to school, their time to sell stuff, and their time to take care of their family. And this is very impractical and ineffective because the girls will have a difficulty to learn fully, to learn to the fullest, and they have they have these rich girl students who can afford this easily, and they can study to the fullest without anything to worry, but they have the similar intelligence with these poor girls, and that gets the rich students who are be able to afford the school fee to be the top one. So in conclusion, scholarship must be granted to girl students based on their finance necessities, so they can get equal education and equal free time with the students who have high income.